Welcome to the Micflex-Choirflex Quick Start Guide. Open the VUI software on your computer. Power on your processor by pressing the small power button located directly to the right of the LED screen on the front of your processor. When the processor is powered on, the power button's green light will illuminate. Back in VUI, select the Processors tab in the top left corner of your screen and look for Choirflex or Micflex under the Discovered section. Next, click the Discovered icon to connect to your processor. If Choirflex or Micflex does not appear, make sure your Ethernet cable is plugged into port 1 on the back of your processor and check the preferred network interface on your computer. If you still can't connect, refer to the Network Setup section of the user manual. For Micflex users only, click on the three dots next to the connected icon and select the Settings option from the drop-down menu. This will open a pop-up window. Under the General tab of this pop-up window, scroll down and select your desired operating mode for Micflex. Now that you have selected your desired operating mode, you must restart the processor by selecting the Click Here option prompt that is highlighted in red. This will initiate your processor's restart. Once the restart is completed, the processor will regain its status in the VUI software as connected. Now let's select the Live tab in the top left corner of the VUI software. This will take you to the primary page where you will be able to view meters and adjust how aggressively the processor affects your audio. Once on the Live page, click on the Routing Guide icon to open the Dante I/O routing layout for your processor's previously selected mode of operation. At this time, open Dante Controller and complete the I/O routing of your processor while referencing the Dante I/O routing layout in VUI. Inputs. On your console, you will send to the processor via console group output, a channel strip insert send, or direct outs. This all depends on your desired signal flow and selected mode of operation. Please note, do not route this output group or the mics themselves to the main mix output feeding your loudspeakers. Reference inputs. In most cases, these inputs will be your front-of-house stereo bus. Please pay close attention to the Dante I/O routing layout guide for your processor's selected operating mode. Different operating modes have different reference input requirements. Outputs. Your processed signal will return to the console on input channel strips, input returns, or input return channels. Mixing setup. Please note that for your processor to analyze your audio signal effectively, you must have a high-pass filter on your input sources before you send signal to your processor. The high-pass filter should be set appropriately based on whatever your input signal sources are. There must be no additional EQ, compression, or processing applied to the signal you are sending into your Choirflex or Micflex processor. Additional artistic EQ and signal processing can be added post-processor on your console return channels. If you are using an insert to send signal to the processor, make sure that your insert is post-high-pass filter. Once you are running signal through your processor, adjust all console outputs sending to the processor so that all your VUI input meters are peaking around -10 dB. Be sure not to clip the inputs of your processor. Maintaining healthy input levels will assure that your signal is triggering the processor's input threshold. On the Live page of VUI, set the liveness control to 100% full clockwise to start. The liveness control adjusts how aggressively you want the processor to affect your audio signal sources. Once mixing, set the liveness control to taste. Finally, be sure to save your VUI file so that the system reboots into the desired state when the processor is power cycled. Happy mixing!